Australian Aboriginal Art. The word Aboriginal means the original people to live in an area. Why did the Aboriginal artists create artworks on rocks? Aboriginal artists also painted on flat pieces of bark. Natural resources were used to create pigments. Contemporary Aboriginal artists are preserving their designs and their cultural traditions. X-ray and the dot painting techniques are used by the Aboriginal artists. What elements of art did the Aboriginal artists use? What is dream time? Observe these examples. See how the X-ray and the dot painting technique has been used. These student examples show how they used repeat patterns and concentric circles to create their dot painting technique. Use the appropriate academic vocabulary when answering the unit questions.
Okay boys and girls, I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can create your own Aboriginal bark art, but we are actually going to be combining the skeleton effect along with the shimmering dot effect. So first what you need is some red paper, some white paper and a sheet of brown construction paper. So you've got 3 pieces of paper to do this project. Initially you're going to take the red paper and you're going to create a rough coarse edge so that it kind of replicates the bark that the Aboriginal artist used. So either pinch and pull it, or use your finger, keep the hand flat, and pull a jagged edge. This is what you're going to be drawing your skeleton animal on. Okay, so make sure you don't pull off too much, but there we go. Now I've got myself a jagged edge piece of paper to work on. Now you're going to next need a Sharpie or a pencil. I'm going to demonstrate straight through using the Sharpie, but you boys and girls can use a pencil just in case you make any errors and you need to erase them. Now you do have some ideas here as to how to draw a skeleton animal in the style of the Australian Aborigines, or you can create your own. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to initially start here. I'm going to start drawing a fish. Okay, so I've got the contour lines done of my fish, and then what I would like to do is start breaking down the areas of this fish so that I can start making symbolic designs and different shapes and patterns. Okay. Break up the areas, and then as you break up the areas you can fill them in. Continue doing that until the whole sheet is filled with a design. I've also got these big posters that I'll have up on the wall for you to see as well, of lots of different animals that you can use for reference. When you've got your animal completely done for skeleton design, you're going to get a piece of white paper and use the ruler to draw a border. Again, I'm using Sharpie, but you can initially begin with a pencil, just in case you make a mistake. Now this is going to be a border that goes underneath your red construction paper that has the skeleton animal on it. Now you're going to draw a design, any kind of design. I'm doing wavy lines that go around, and I'm going to be putting kind of leaves on, but then I'm going to put dots and bars right round. You've got other options. You could do zigzags and create a design within these zigzags, or even diamond shapes, and again include designs, and you could repeat that. Okay, the choice is yours. Again, I have some ideas for you that you can look at for reference. When you've got your border done and your skeleton animal complete, you're going to glue them. So here's one that I've initially started. You're going to glue your red construction paper onto your white paper and then onto your brown construction paper. So you've got it layered. Now you can see here with the red paper that it kind of overlaps. This is where we're trying to replicate the bark. Now, boys and girls, you're going to need Q-tips. Okay, and you can also use not the bristle end but the ferrule end, the hard end of a brush, and you're going to create your shimmering dots. Now my preference is that I like to start with white, the lightest colour. So I'm going to take my white, and I'd like to start initially with my skeleton animal. So I'm going to work from the inside of my design and then take it out to the outer edges, and that's where I'm going to involve patterns that go around. I don't want to see any just random dots. I want to see that you're working out, if you remember the presentation, how they use concentric circles as one of their designs. You could include that. I'm just going to go round. You can also go inside your skeleton animal as well. I'm going to go round with my white. You see these are quite large dots. If I take the ferrule end, you see how I get nice smaller dots. Okay, so I'm going to do some smaller ones. on the inside. Okay, and once I've got that complete, then I can continue going around the edge with the colour that I've already got in my hand, the white, and start creating a design. I like my designs to be symmetrical, so that this pattern's going to go all the way around the frame, the border, and then I'm going to include more earthy colours, black, brown and red. Until, boys and girls, my finished results will come along something along like that. Now it's your turn, boys and girls. Let's make some art.